Misha, can you like tape some of this on your phone so I can put it on the page and all of that? Thank you. She's my videographer.
Oh, look out!
Yeah, man, she does.
Every star has to have one.
Yeah, there you go.
Now you need a name to go along with it. You know, like I got one. I got a buddy of mine. I don't think you met Trent. Comes through here and helps me out, assists me from time to time. I call him Wellington.
Wellington, oh man.
Wellington, the car, Wellington.
I'm gonna call her Florence, man. Yeah.
All right. Check one. That's me.
You can come closer or what?
No. You're absolutely fine. I'm controlling you back here. All right, here we go. And 5, 4.
Wait, are we facing each other?
It's after, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
Just remember, if you look in the camera, don't look at the screen. Look directly into the center, if you choose to. But I would rather impromptu. Cool. That's why I got our monitor back there.
Okay, cool.
All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs, cats, Martians, and everything else in betwixt. How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of Seanie After Dark. We're smoothing this thing out. This is the perfect episode to have a cocktail. See, I can't even say drink. I got to say a cocktail. Adult beverages. And the music on tonight's show is going to be a little bit smoothed out. It's not necessarily going to be jazzy, but it's going to be grown. Maybe Zippendale type of music, the wine thing, you know? Something that this brother here likes to call lavish. And speaking of lavish, this is the great, y'all have heard about this cat, and those of you who have not, you're about to. Don Morocco, the main man behind the lavish sound. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm all right, man. Yeah. He was mad we didn't have him on the show before. So we had to get him on the show, which is strange. When I put the show together, the show was actually designed, me and Heather wanted to do a show that was designed for barroom banter, jukebox music, and then it didn't hit me until you called me like, oh, it's the same thing. Why haven't had the lavish sound? And y'all have been working on some new stuff. Yeah. We've been sharing your lives on the Seanie After Dark page. Make sure you go like the page.
Much appreciated.
Seanie After Dark on Facebook. And this is a sound. I can't even call it a band. Because, explain it. What is the lavish sound coming from the man behind the lavish sound?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. The lavish sound was birthed about 2 years ago. Funny story, I really had no desire to do this. I'm, like every other African American musician raised in the church and, played behind the Hammond organ for the last probably 20 years. But as far as the lavish sound goes, I love all types of music, listen to all type of music, and I guess it's just a confluence of everything I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. We're going from whether it be James Cleveland to Michael McDonald to P.J. Morton to Chick Corea, Robert Glasper, James Hall. I mean, the list, and Edwin Hawkins, the Hawkins family. The list goes on and on. So, this particular, and I don't like to call us a band. I like to call us a brand.
Right.
It's different when you put that R in between the B and the A. Yeah. It gives it a different flavor and gives a different feel. I believe that a lot of bands come fly by night. They're here this season and gone the next. But we want this to be eternal. And we want to leave it for our children and leave it for people to 20 and 30 years from now, listen to our music. And not just that, to feel our movement. And like, oh, man, I remember the lavish sound. And we have a lot of things in store that definitely go far beyond the music. But as far as the brand goes, we just do everything. We love all music, and we just try to put it in together and make a big old gumbo that's enjoyable.
That's what I love about. But the first time I heard y'all was interesting, because the first time I heard y'all was at Chillin' Grill.
Right.
And I instantly turned around and was like, who in the hell is this? Because it was different. It was a sound. It wasn't a band trying to play smooth songs.
Right.
I mean, everything about y'all was perfect that night. The look, the sound, the style.
Right.
And then to hear y'all at, say, the Commodore.
Right.
It was a total different thing, but the same thing.
Right.
So, like, when you were doing stuff like one song that y'all do so well that stands out, either PYT or particularly American Boy.
American Boy, yeah.
American Boy, you can't get away with that song at a lot of places.
Right.
But y'all make it fit wherever y'all are at. When you made it work at Chillin' Grill, I was like a little they're not gonna dig this.
Right.
But y'all made it work.
Yeah.
So how do y'all craft that? Because I've noticed every time y'all do a song, y'all have a tendency to do it slightly different.
Right.
Maybe off the bass line or maybe off the drum.
Yeah. Well, once again, thank you for the compliment. When we sit in rehearsal, we always prepare for that particular venue. And so every venue has its own clientele,
right,
its own flavor, its own expectation. And so I learned a long time ago, that you prepare for your audience in accordance and alliance with what they particularly want to hear. I'm a little bit stubborn. I want to do what I want to do. So I'll say, well, I'm going to do what I want to do or what we want to do this particular way. So, we'll play American Boy in front of any crowd, but we'll just kind of modify it just a bit to fit the crowd. And, we're just about the message. We're not just about the music.
How do you, now you got me not wanting to say band, a brand,
right,
like what you do, because before you were more so of a band.
Right.
And, we shared a lot of conversations about the frustrations, about how, by the way, we are based here in Charleston, South Carolina, in case you don't know.
Right.
That I know the World Wide Web, but we're here in Charleston.
Right.
And this city particularly is a cover band city.
Right.
And it got that way by accident.
Right.
But y'all's style, like, y'all didn't do, when I mentioned y'all weren't doing originals.
Not at the time.
No. So, but the stuff you were doing that was cover wasn't the poppy.
Right.
And so how did you learn to adapt? Because I always found that to be an interesting situation. Like, me being a DJ, I can't play anywhere, but I can.
Right.
But it's like, how did you adapt to, like, okay, look, we're not going to sing the same old, especially being a black band.
Right.
They want you to do Kool and the Gang, the funk
right.
stuff.
Right.
And you just refused to just stay in that lane. So how'd you get over that glass ceiling?
Well, number one, we have supreme confidence in the Almighty God, and then we also have supreme confidence in our ability.
Right.
And we strongly believe that if we just go out there and play with our hearts, that people will feel it. People know when they see a fraud. People know when there's somebody in front of them trying to be somebody that they're really not.
Right.
So we just stay true to ourselves, and we just continue to just push. And this is the reality of it. Everyone is not going to like everything you do.
That's true.
But you do want to make an impact. I mean, how many times have we said, you know what? The food at the restaurant was terrible, but I remember that restaurant.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's something about it.
Yeah, something about it that stands out. So, we try to be a total package, from presentation to song selection to execution of the material. And, at this point, we're just on a different plane now. We do pay homage or homage, as they say, to the artists before us, but we want to make our own imprint, in history, and that's what we're doing. So, definitely.
You're going to be doing more. For those who don't know, y'all did some dynamic duo sets at the airport.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And I always, that seems to me like that would be a frightening thing, because you don't have the stand-up clappy type of crowd.
Right.
And you don't know if they're listening, but they're listening. So how was that?
Well, shout out to the Charleston International Airport for having us. But Chris Manning at Black Tie Academy, they made that possible for us. But, again, we just try to prepare for the venue that we're, again, the same concept, prepare for the venue that we're performing. So I've been favored to play that duo set, and we just try to prepare songs that people want to hear. When people get off of an airplane, you have to look at the psyche of it all. Anxiety, you have different things going on. There's happiness. There are people traveling for business.
Somebody lost their bags.
Yeah, someone lost their bag. They may be a little upset. So you try to play some things like Nora Jones or James Taylor. Some things that are very smooth, some doobie stuff, and modify it a bit. Human Nature, things of that nature. You try to get them like, oh man, that's a nice sound. We do some jazz and stuff like that. Fly Me to the Moon. One of your favorites.
My Sinatra.
Some Sinatra stuff. So. We just try to prepare things like that so that people will say, "Oh man, this is cool." And also, too, we take it very seriously that may be somebody's first impression of Charleston, getting off an airplane.
I never thought of that.
Getting here for the first time, coming to Charleston, a great American city. So we're like, okay, we want to represent Charleston well. You know, Mayor Tecklenburg and other people that work so hard to make this city great. You know, we want to give a great representation of that as well. So we take that into consideration.
Cool. The new brand, you said there's going to be some merchandising. And first of all, y'all got to go to the Lavish Town Facebook page, the fan page.
Yeah. And
check out some of the content and some of the things out there. I know you got some merchandise coming out. What's new, man? What's poppin'?
So, you know, first of all, we go live, quite honestly. We try to do that on a regular basis. I don't want to say how often because we want you guys to check and tune in just at random times. But first of all, the Lavish Sound on Facebook and also the Lavish Sound on Instagram is how you can find us. The Lavish Sound on Gmail is our email address. But you know, we're expanding, getting past the music. In late summer, we're going to have a sock line that's actually going to release.
Now, socks, you mean?
Yeah, actual socks. Yeah, actual socks.
That's fly.
Yeah,
I like that.
I appreciate that, yeah.
Because I've noticed you kind of fly with the socks. You ain't got nothing on now.
No,
but
man, this is Charleston. It's hot.
The humidity here is ridiculous today.
It's stifling. So, no socks today, which is terrible that I plugged it with no socks.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have socks coming out, some candles that are going to be coming out, which was inspired by you. I must give you credit for it. And some things that will just create relaxation. You know, the thing about our brand is that we want to create a feeling of relaxation. We did a performance on Fox 24 last year.
Yeah, that was
the
cool.
anniversary on yesterday.
It was.
I liked how, I forgot her name, but the anchor says, now let's luxuriate. I was like, oh, that's
fly.
Luxuriate. So, you know, we wanted candles, just things to just relax. You know, I must say, I'll be remiss if I didn't say that what's going on in the world today is terrible.
Of course.
And, you know, people need an outlet. You know, with the pandemic, people have not been able to spend time with their friends and family, their loved ones. You just told me before we got on the air about with your parents and stuff like not being able. My mom is, you know, up there in age, so haven't been able to spend a lot of time with her. So people are just looking for a good release.
Yeah.
You know, whether it be, you know, cigar or, you know, having some nice, as I call it, refreshments, but just burning a candle, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, different things that, sets the mood.
Y'all have a sound that is perfect for getting off from work and taking a hot bath.
Right. And that's where the candles will come in.
It's the prequel to Netflix.
Yeah, right.
You know, you come home, you turn on some Lavish Sounds, you light the scented candles, of course, and then you just walk around with the robe. And
you just chill. You just do your little Ric Flair thing, and you just chill. You know? So, you know, that's really what we're providing to the world. I've always had a mind that's not local but worldwide. I must shout out my hometown of Brooklyn, New York. My parents, you know, bore me there, and I still have a great love for that city. But that's the city that never sleeps, meaning that there's so much going on. Your mind is going on, and there's so many different people you have to reach. You know, we're not a black band. We are a brand for everyone.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we expect everyone to be able to dig it. And if we're not your cup of tea, there's somebody out there for you. But we do want you to appreciate what we have to offer. Because we do it with our heart, with you in mind.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Any performances coming up?
Quite honestly, we're doing a lot of private events that I cannot invite you to. So we can't.
I know how to act. Well, no, I don't know how to act. He ain't lying.
Your +1 is a +2.
Y'all know how I go.
But we have a lot of private events, and things are just starting to open up now.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out a lot of my fellow artists in the Charleston area that have been doing a lot of live broadcasts, performing out there in front of their homes. I've seen people go to other people's birthdays and anniversaries at their house. They're being creative like that. We've got to be creative. That's not just to my friends in Charleston, but all around the world. This thing is such a pivotal time with the coronavirus and the pandemic and all of that. So we just need to band together and continue to support each other. Right. And that's what I've always been about. That's what I'll continue to be about. And that's what we're about.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're hearing it right here from the brother who is the mastermind behind the Lavish Sound. Not the Lavish Sound. That's how you brand that thing. Got like the Ohio State University.
Yeah.
The Lavish
Put
Sound.
some seasoning on.
Put a little salt and pepper. Or where we're in Carolina, a little Old Bay.
Yeah, some
You know.
Lowry's.
It's Lowry's. We got to have the Lowry's.
Yeah, we don't like bland food.
No. Check him out on the Facebook page, The Lavish Sound, Instagram. If you get a chance, check out their lives.
Yeah.
Be entertained. They're always entertaining. And keep in mind, if you want to rock out, this is not what it's for. This is that it's lavish. So that should tell you what it is. You don't have to put on a bow tie and drink red wine, but you just got to have a frame of mind that sets the mood for you with this tone of music. All right. Matter of fact, we're gonna get into some music now. I'm going to rock a couple of Lavish Sound records. Hopefully, once you get on the rebranding tour, we can get you back in the studio soon.
Oh, absolutely. We have some unfinished business.
Unfinished. We got some unfinished business.
Yeah, so we're gonna get that.
We can't even leak it to you, but we can rock some stuff that has already been done,
Right.
and you're gonna like it. I hope so, because I said so. It's Seanie After Dark. More drinks, everybody.
Stay lavish.
Stay lavish, y'all.
Right.